Hey there, Ramblers and Rovers. Today we are in the city of Corpus Christi in southern Texas. We wanted to take an opportunity to show you some of the beauties of the Texan Gulf Coast. We wanted to share with you some of the cool things that this area has to offer. Long beaches, beautiful coastal nature, and quirky attractions. So join us on this journey. Let's go exploring. So it's a new day here in Corpus Christi, and we're back at the beach. You can actually find sand dollars here on the shore. So right now we're just walking along the beach. We're a little bit out of the way here in this particular stretch of beach. So this is North Padre Island. Port Aransas is just kind of north of us here. And Corpus Christi is actually way down that way, maybe a 15-20 minute drive. We're a little more out of the way, which is kind of cool because you're actually at the beach. This is the actual Gulf of Mexico right here behind me. On the other side of this island, which is the actual Padre Island, you have Laguna Madre. This long lagoon that goes basically from the border with Mexico all the way north to the end of Texas practically. You have all these different sandbar islands, all these different beaches. So this is a really cool place to come and fish, relax at the beach. As you can see, it's a lot of beach. It's very walkable. You know, it's nice to get up early in the morning, go out for a jog. You just have like so much space to be around here. Texas beaches are very famous for being some of the best beaches to do sand sculptures. I mean, I'm not an expert on it, but I do know that it is like the kind of sand where it is just so easy to make like sand sculptures or like all these like elaborate statues of all kinds. I'm gonna put up a couple images so you guys can see from when we were last in South Padre Island. I mean, a cool place to come here and be with the kids, or you know, have a romantic walk with your significant other. Right now it's a bit chilly. It can be kind of blustery here during the winter, but it's still southern Texas, so it doesn't really ever get like extremely cold. And during the summer, it's hottest places. So you can just plan accordingly to the weather that you want to get, and just come here. Just catching up to the fam right now. So on this side of the beach, they have this nice long, I mean, it doesn't have any boards, so I don't think it's a boardwalk, so it's like a kind of sea walk, I guess. And you just come out here if you don't want to get your feet in the sand, you know, get your shoes all sandy. Like a cool place to come out and jog and like, you know, exercise or just like stroll for a little bit. Now we're heading into downtown Corpus Christi. We're going to be passing all these different little islands and lagoons. So just kind of give you a sense of what it looks like from outside of the car. Just go explore the downtown and then see what we can find out of there.
No way.
Walking along Corpus Christi's North Beach. The waters here in North Beach are pretty placid. Many of these beaches are protected by the outer sandbar islands, like the one where we were at the start of the video. The Gulf can be pretty rough. These beaches are just so placid, it might as well be almost like a lake. The USS Lexington here, which you can see in the background. So the USS Lexington is one of the famous battleships from World War II. It has quite a storied history. Let's go check it out. Welcome on board the USS Lexington, a World War II aircraft carrier and museum ship anchored here in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Tickets. Rendezvous. Join up. Do you hear?
So visiting the USS Lexington is one of the cool things to do here in Corpus Christi, especially if you are a history and especially naval history buff. It is a really cool site to just explore. There's so many different nooks and crannies to the ship, and totally worth a visit, especially with your kids, who I'm sure would be fascinated not only by the many planes and cannons on the ship, but the history and just the scope and dimensions of what it takes to operate a ship of this size. It is an amazing place to come and learn about history and just kind of read up on the stories that took place on the ship. It is an enormous site, so expect to spend something around an hour and a half to 2.5 hours here. It costs $19 to visit this attraction, and less if you're younger than 17 and progressively down, or if you're active military or a senior citizen. We're here right after the holidays. They decorated the planes. It just blows the mind just how much was actually went into operating these ships. And as you can see, like as soon as you step out of that inner chamber, it turns very tight very fast. So we're going up this ladder towards the flight deck. I mean, if you can see, this is very much tight quarters. The stairs are very steep. It's gonna be a little hard if you're not, reasonably fit to move around the ship. I am seeing so many people having trouble navigating the ship, like the tight spaces and the companionways. The museum does a really cool job of actually telling some of these tiny stories, tiny moments and snippets of history, but not only history, but the personal stories of some of these people who served on the ship. So you can really get a sense of what it was like to be here, for months, years at a time. Just imagine the moments of like panic and terror and courage and all these different things that were lived here. Like, I mean, these places are receptacles of like strong emotions that were lived during these like crucial, pivotal moments.
Come on, join up. Come on, join up. Tickets. Rendezvous. Join up. Do you hear? What's that zero up there? I made 2 fakes and nobody won't budge. He's an old timer.
What's that zero doing up there, eh?
He ain't saying. Just hanging up there.
So right behind me you have the list for all the different actions that the USS Lexington was in, and you have all these battles, everything from Nicaragua, Wake, Mille, Guam, Luzon, raids on Tokyo, just so many different battles. So this was a very, very important ship that took place in history, and I would even argue, made history. It took an active part in shaping that history. So now we're on our way to the flight deck to see what this ship is all about, which is the planes. It is an aircraft carrier after all. So there are all kinds of aircraft up here on the flight deck. So you have Skyhawks, you have Corsairs, you have different helicopters. I don't really know like the names of all of them. So it's important to understand that during naval battles in World War II, these were actually naval and air battles. During many of these battles, ships wouldn't even see each other because you would just launch all these different aircraft and just strike at these other naval groups operating within the same theater. So during battles such as the Battle of the Coral Sea, during which the US checked the Japanese invasion of Australia and thereby saving Australia and a big part of the Pacific theater during the war, you actually... Oh, we have an airplane right above us, actually. So you would have had entire naval fleets that never saw each other during the entire battle. So that's where the importance of aircraft carriers come in, and the lasting legacy of the USS Lexington. So these are the anti-aircraft guns that would have operated during some of these pivotal World War II battles. So you can just imagine the difficulty of trying to hit a moving target in the air, and just kind of the skill and practice and the luck that it took to just take down a plane right out of the sky. It's just fascinating to try to get a sense of what these battles would have actually been like. So we're going back in to explore the bridge. This is where all the action happened, all the major decisions were made. So, pretty historical part of the ship. So we're on the bridge here on the USS Lexington. This is where many of the ship's decisions would have been made, and this is from where the captain would have kept tight control over the ship's movements and the operations of the ship. So this would have been the maneuvering controls that would have sent signals down to the engine room, and just really like the brain or the nerve center for operation of the ship. So you can just imagine like the tension and the emotions that would have run here during naval engagements or air engagements during World War II or later conflicts. I mean, really like a one-of-a-kind place on a ship like this.
Just to let you know, we start giving a call for pilot 1715, over. Run.
We're back at the beach for a little bit. It is such beautiful light right now. Just enjoying the overall coastal vibe after spending some time exploring the downtown and the USS Lexington. It's kind of just perfect. Just looking at this golden light as the sun goes down.
Suéltale, 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 suéltale. Ahí está, suéltale, suéltale, vele soltando, vele soltando, vele soltando, vele soltando, vele soltando, vele soltando. ¿Qué hiciste, Gloria?
Ya le estoy soltando, ya.
Lo mataste.
¡No, no!
They're trying to launch that kite into space. Texans are crazy. I have no idea how that person is flying that contraption. I mean, we only brought one fishing rod, so we improvised this reel to have some improvised fun. So this is a real adventure rig that I got out of survival manuals. Mira, mejor acá, güey, porque
Güey, yo no lo voy a tocar. El chile yo no lo voy a tocar. Güey, se va a ahogar, Mikey.
Ahí fue,
el
güey,
único vato que no sabía pescar.
He caught a fish. He didn't even know it was on the line. It was so small. Aguas. Just keeping the line under my thumb just so I can feel if there are any bites. I'm gonna catch a monster soon. At least we're catching something. Pretty small, but yeah, it's fun.
Ya, 3 tiritos más y nos vamos.
Last fish of the night. Catch and release. They're pretty small, so not really good for filleting, but there we go. Bye. And that's all. Now we're leaving Corpus Christi and we're on the road to San Antonio. The road trip through Texas continues. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, drop a comment. It really keeps us growing this amazing community of ramblers and rovers just like you. Safe travels, and until our next adventures, adios.